IELTS Speaking Part 1, Chores. Question 1. Did you do many chores as a child? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, I did some chores when I was a child. My parents asked me to clean my room, wash the dishes, and sometimes help with laundry. I didn't really like doing them, but it was part of my daily routine. Band 7 answer. Yes, I had quite a few chores when I was growing up. My parents believed that doing housework helped me learn responsibility. I usually cleaned my room, took out the trash, and sometimes helped my mother with cooking. Even though I didn't enjoy it at first, I gradually understood it was a good habit. Band 8 answer. Yes, I had to do several chores as a child, and my parents were quite strict about it. They thought sharing household work was important for teaching discipline and teamwork. I often helped with cooking simple meals and cleaning the living room. Looking back, I think those chores taught me how to manage time and appreciate the effort my parents put into keeping the house tidy. Question 2. What chores do you typically do now? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Now I usually do basic chores like washing clothes, cleaning my room, and taking out the trash. I also cook simple meals for myself when I have time. Band 7 answer. Nowadays, I do most of the daily chores myself because I live alone. I clean my apartment every weekend, do the laundry, and sometimes cook Japanese dishes like curry rice. Doing chores has become part of my routine, and it helps me feel more organized. Band 8 answer. At the moment, I handle almost all household chores since I live independently. I usually clean the apartment, wash dishes, and prepare my own meals. I actually find cooking quite enjoyable, especially when I try traditional Japanese recipes such as miso soup or omurice. Doing these chores gives me a sense of accomplishment and balance in my daily life. Question 3. Are there any chores you dislike doing? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, I really don't like cleaning the bathroom. It takes a lot of time and smells bad, so I always try to finish it quickly. Band 7 answer. Yes, I dislike cleaning the bathroom the most because it's tiring and takes a lot of effort. I don't mind vacuuming or washing dishes, but cleaning the bathroom is something I always postpone if I can. It's just unpleasant to deal with. Band 8 answer. Yes, I'd say cleaning the bathroom is the one I dislike the most. It requires scrubbing and using strong cleaning products, which can be exhausting and unpleasant. However, I still try to keep it clean regularly because hygiene is important. I've even started using natural cleaning products like vinegar to make the task less stressful and more eco-friendly. Question 4. Do men or women do more chores in your country? Model answer. Band 6 answer. In my country, I think women still do more chores than men. Many people believe it's women's job to take care of the house, even though men work outside. Band 7 answer. Traditionally, women in Japan have done more chores than men, especially older generations. However, things are slowly changing. More men are helping with housework now, especially younger husbands who both work full-time. Still, I think women usually spend more time doing chores overall. Band 8 answer. In Japan, women have traditionally shouldered most household responsibilities, but modern families are becoming more balanced. Younger couples often share chores more equally, especially when both partners work. For example, many men now cook or do the laundry on weekends. Although there's still a cultural expectation that women manage the household, social attitudes are gradually shifting toward equality, which I think is a positive trend. IELTS Speaking Part 2. Funny TV shows or movies. Describe a film or TV show that made you laugh. You should say what program it is, how often you watch it, what it is about, and explain why you laugh at this program. You have 1 minute to prepare. You have 2 minutes to talk. Model answer. Band 6 answer. One funny TV show that made me laugh is Gaki no Tsukai, a Japanese comedy program. I usually watch it once in a while, especially during New Year because it's very popular in Japan. The show has a group of comedians who try not to laugh while doing silly challenges or skits. It's really funny because the situations are so ridiculous. For example, sometimes they have to stay serious even when something crazy happens, like getting hit by a toy hammer if they laugh. I like it because it helps me relax after a long day. The comedians have good chemistry, and their reactions always make me laugh no matter how many times I watch it. Band 7 answer. One of the funniest TV shows I've ever watched is Gaki no Tsukai, which is a classic Japanese comedy show. I usually watch it during the holidays, especially the No Laughing Batsu Game special at New Year. It's about a group of comedians who are placed in silly situations and must try not to laugh, or they get punished. The show is hilarious because the punishments are unexpected and creative. Sometimes, they have surprise guests or strange pranks that make everyone burst out laughing. I especially enjoy how each comedian has a unique personality. Some are calm while others can't stop laughing. I think it's so funny because it shows genuine reactions rather than scripted jokes. It feels very natural, and watching them suffer while trying to keep a straight face is just too entertaining. Band 8 answer. A show that never fails to make me laugh is Downtown no Gaki no Tsukai ya Arahend, a long-running Japanese variety show featuring well-known comedians like Hitoshi Matsumoto and Masatoshi Hamada. I usually watch the special episodes every New Year, which have become a tradition in many Japanese families. The main segment, known as the No Laughing Batsu Game, puts the cast in absurd situations where they must not laugh, or they face a funny punishment. What I find most entertaining is the creativity behind each episode's theme. Sometimes they're in a school, a police station, or even a hospital setting. The humor comes not just from the pranks, but also from the comedians' personalities and reactions. For instance, when they try to act serious but fail miserably, it's absolutely hilarious. I also appreciate how the show captures a very Japanese sense of humor, playful, a bit ridiculous, yet full of warmth. It's something that brings people together because it's suitable for all ages. Overall, I love this program because it helps me forget about stress and laugh wholeheartedly. I think laughter like this is essential, especially in today's busy world where people often take life too seriously. IELTS Speaking Part 3. Funny TV shows or movies. Question 1. Why do people like watching comedy shows or movies? Model answer. Band 6 answer. People like watching comedy shows because they make us feel happy and relaxed. When people laugh, they can forget their problems for a while. It's also fun to watch with family or friends. Band 7 answer. I think people enjoy comedy shows because laughter helps them release stress. After a busy day, it feels great to watch something lighthearted. For example, many Japanese people watch comedy shows like Gaki no Tsukai on New Year's Eve to start the year with laughter. It's a good way to connect with others and feel positive. Band 8 answer. People are drawn to comedy shows and movies because laughter brings emotional relief and strengthens social bonds. Humor allows us to cope with daily pressure and see life from a more optimistic angle. For instance, in Japan, watching year-end comedy programs such as Downtown's Gaki no Tsukai has become a cultural tradition that brings families together. I believe comedy is not just entertainment, it's a form of therapy that refreshes the mind and reminds us not to take life too seriously. Question 2. Do you think comedians are important in society? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, I think comedians are important because they make people laugh. They help people forget stress and make life more fun. Without them, life would be boring. Band 7 answer. Yes, comedians play an important role in society. They make people smile and often talk about real-life issues in a funny way. For example, some Japanese comedians use humor to comment on politics or social problems. It's an interesting way to make people think while also entertaining them. Band 8 answer. Definitely. Comedians are essential in society because they use humor to reflect social realities and connect people emotionally. Many comedians in Japan, such as Sanma Akashiya or Hitoshi Matsumoto, not only make people laugh but also express subtle criticism about everyday life and culture. Through comedy, they encourage people to think critically while still keeping a lighthearted atmosphere. In this sense, comedians contribute both to our emotional health and social awareness. Question 3. Do you think people's sense of humor has changed over time? Model answer. Band 6 answer. Yes, I think people's sense of humor has changed. In the past, people liked simple jokes. Now, many people like smart jokes or jokes about daily life. Band 7 answer. Yes, humor has definitely changed. Older comedy used to rely on physical jokes or slapstick humor, but now, people enjoy more creative or situational humor. For instance, Japanese variety shows still use physical comedy, but younger audiences prefer witty YouTube comedians who use wordplay or social commentary. Band 8 answer. Yes, humor has evolved with culture and technology. In the past, physical comedy and traditional manzai performances were extremely popular in Japan. Today, humor is more diverse. People appreciate sarcasm, internet memes, and subtle storytelling comedy. The rise of online platforms like YouTube and TikTok has also allowed younger comedians to express modern humor that reflects current social issues. This shows how humor adapts to new generations and cultural contexts. Question 4. Is it better to watch a comedy show or movie alone or with others? Model answer. Band 6 answer. I think it's better to watch comedy with others because it's more fun. When everyone laughs together, it feels happier. Watching alone is okay, but not as enjoyable. Band 7 answer. I prefer watching comedy with others because laughter is contagious. When my friends laugh, I also laugh more. For example, I often watch funny movies with my family during holidays, and we end up talking about the funny scenes for days. It's a good way to spend time together. Band 8 answer. Personally, I believe comedy is best enjoyed with others because laughter becomes a shared experience that strengthens relationships. Watching a funny show together creates a positive atmosphere and often leads to memorable conversations. For instance, in Japan, it's common for families to gather around the TV to watch New Year's comedy specials, and the laughter brings everyone closer. Although watching alone can be relaxing, the joy of shared laughter is truly special and emotionally rewarding.
Congrats on making it to the end of this video, and kudos to you if you did all that practice. You are amazing. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And you can also add my official LINE account that's in the profile. And if you do this, then I can send you a free phrases guide that you can use for your practice. All right, happy studying. See ya.